tanto jugando suelto como en competición. Tanto si se trata de un rápido 9 hoyos o de un gran 36. Tanto si juegas bajo presión o arrasando, siempre das lo mejor de ti. Nuevo Fuel de FootJoy.
Good deal. Cameron Smith is joining us at the 104th PGA Championship. Cameron, you have had a pretty exciting spring, 2 wins and a near miss at the Masters. Wouldn't this suggest that you're feeling pretty good about where your game is coming into the second major of the year?
Yeah. You know, game feels really good. Had a bit of a refresh there the last few weeks, had 3 weeks off. Yeah, so it was good, just sat the clubs down for probably 10 days and then got back into it, working hard. I had my trainer and psychologist over last week and did a lot of good work at home and yeah, it feels really good. I feel fresh.
Your first time to Southern Hills?
Yep. Yeah.
How much golf have you played this week then so far? Have you played all 18?
Yeah, I played 9 holes yesterday afternoon, played all 18 this morning. Yeah, I think the golf course is great. I think it's going to be a really good test. I love the surround to the greens kind of rolling off. Seems like some golf we play back in Australia, and yeah, I like that grass around a little bit longer around the greens. I think some guys that aren't really good around the greens get away with putting a lot, so I think this will test them this week.
Were you somewhat familiar with Southern Hills Country Club's history and their history of major champions at this venue?
Yeah, I mean, without not really before the start of the week, but just walking through the hallways in the clubhouse here, it's all very cool. Got a very cool setup inside. Yeah, so I've been walking up and down the hallways, reading some history. It's good.
Very good. Thank you. Questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Yep.
One?
Yes. So Cam, I mean, from what I see, you don't do a lot of preparation. It's not like you're watching videos of the other majors here or anything like that. You get here and then you figure out what you have to do, no? So can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean,
yeah, I like to treat every week the same. I don't like to turn up a little earlier and do some more prep. I like to think of every week the same, do the same preparation. Play 18, 27 holes, really figure out the firmness and the speed of the greens, and then from there just really work on some shots on the range that I may have picked up here and there, and yeah, just get ready and fresh for Thursday.
So based on that, what's the key here this week? What do you think is going to be kind of the key, like, shots or the key things that you can do?
I think the fairways are quite generous, but if you miss the fairways, can be quite penal. The rough is, the ball's coming out super hot, and I think the greens throughout the week will really firm up. So I think staying on the fairways, and the greens have a lot of pitch to them, so just leaving yourself some, nice uphillers, I think would be good.
So in connection to what you were saying at the beginning, I feel like you are one of these guys, the players, that does his own thing, his own way. Like all this noise around things that is not affecting you much. I mean, that's it or not? I mean, do you pay attention to all the attention that is given to other things or not? And how do you do that? I mean,
no, I guess I've always been like that. Yeah, I just try and focus on what I can do best to prepare myself to win golf tournaments. That's what I'm out here to do, and yeah, I think getting caught up in all that stuff sometimes can be a bit of a hindrance. So. Yeah, just try and do my own thing, and hopefully it all works out.
So you reset yourself for every major, it looks like, or for every tournament. I mean, do you carry any frustration? I mean, because you've been doing pretty well at the majors, but didn't, get to the finish line. Also, any frustration, any things that you regret, or not really?
No, I wouldn't say I regret anything. I think there are shots that you have to hit to win golf tournaments, and sometimes they don't work out. Frustrated, yes. For a little bit, but definitely no regrets.
Very good. We're going to zoom out to Bernie McGuire. Bernie, if you can unmute yourself and ask Cameron a question.
Cam, hi, good to see you.
Good to
Can
see
you hear
you.
me?
Good to see you.
We can hear you, Bernie.
Okay, sorry. Listen, when you've had a great result in the majors, but at the start of a new season, do you sort of look at the majors in terms of your fondness for the setup of the courses? Like, I know you had a great result at Augusta, but where would the sort of PGA Championship setup sort of rate in terms of when you, as I said, at the start of a new season, and you look towards the 4 majors?
Yeah, I think the PGA is probably one that I've struggled with the most. I think it's typically set up very demanding off the tee, and I don't think that's really been my strong suit out here ever. So yeah, just did a lot of work the last probably week and a half on the driver. Tried to get it straight rather than trying to get a little bit more distance out of it, and yeah, just more opportunities from the fairway, I think, is what I need, especially around here. It's the rough can be pretty penal. And
just talking about the course, what you've seen so far, do you see that as your strength, using the driver this week?
Yeah, I think the course has got a good mix with long and short holes. I think it's going to be quite windy, so there might be a few other woods or longer irons off the tee. Yeah, it's a bit of a thinker's golf course around here. I really like it.
Just a quick follow-up, last question for me, and probably a little bit of a controversial question, but if you had to buy a shout of beers this week, would you be looking forward towards that or not? You know where I'm coming from.
If I had to buy a shout of beers,
yeah,
like
given the prices they are, I believe, over there.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's I mean, it's expensive. I probably wouldn't pay $20 for a beer, personally.
Anyway, listen, wish you well this week. Thanks.
Thanks.
Really good having you, Bernie. We're going to go to Mike 2. We're going to go to Mike 2.
That's you.
Mike 2.
Oh, sorry. I heard that it's like Mike 2. I was like, where the hell's Mike? Anyway, I just want to chat about your pairing, Cam. You're Victor Hovland and Will Zalatoris. It's a nice big, big name pairing. Are you looking forward to playing in a big group like that?
Yeah, absolutely. 2 really good guys. I don't think I've played with Will before, but seen him around a little bit, spoke to him a few times. Yeah, know Hovey quite well, and we always have a laugh. Shay, his caddy's an Aussie as well, so yeah, always good having a couple more Aussies in the group.
You're the group behind Tiger. Do you need to sort of prepare slightly different when you know that there's going to be massive crowds just behind you, and there's going to be a lot of fans in that area of the golf course? Do you have to think differently when you're near Tiger in a major?
I think there can be a lot of external noise for sure, especially with crowds and just a lot more moving parts, I guess. So yeah, just another thing to really think about. I wouldn't say I change anything for it. It's just probably make sure, spend a little bit more time worrying about what's happening outside to make sure when you're inside that shot, everything's perfect.
Cool, thanks.
Thanks.
Very good. Cameron, have a great week.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
El nuevo Pro SL no tiene clavos, pero tiene un agarre increíble. Con una plancha de carbono adicional para optimizar el retorno de energía y un nuevo y moderno diseño, el zapato original de máximo rendimiento sin clavos tiene algunas ventajas importantes.